Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on which part of the world we're listening in from. Yes, I am Mona Loy of Blackbright News, which can be found at www.issue, which is issuu.com/Blackbright News. And the Black History edition has been uploaded. Like I said, I'm not an authority on any of the subjects I talk about. I'm not one of these vloggers, as they call them, that just comes up and will put things down periodically every single day or every week or whatever. It's when the inspiration gets me, or if somebody sends me something and I think, oh yeah, I think it's really important to share that information. And that's what I do. I just like to make Black people in particular aware. And if white people want to know something about it, they're welcome. Anyway, today I was watching a video and it was about Umar Johnson, and he was quoting Marcus Garvey saying, you know, for Black people to have a power base or be independent, they must be independent financially, politically, educationally, and he cited all of these things and socially. And as he was saying that, I was thinking to myself, you're at this meeting, you're at some kind of conference, telling the interviewer that this is how Black people have been treated, they've been exploited, they've been this and they've been that. And the Black person and the interviewer said, yeah, you're making a statement, but what is the solution? And Umar said, oh, the solution is easy. You know, we just got to build ourselves up and have a power base. You know, once we have this and once we are okay and independent economically and financially and blah, blah, blah. My point is that Umar Johnson should know better. Yes, we have a few billionaires, Black billionaires, who may wish to invest in the Black cause. But the majority of Black millionaires or billionaires have got their money through certain means. Some of them are self-made, but a lot of them, they were advanced a certain amount of money, and usually millions. And based off of that, they were given contracts and they were given enough jobs in order for the lenders, we'll call them, that they can earn back the money. And also, apart from that, a lot of them had to behave unethically. You know, I don't know if they're rumours or they're facts, but, you know, there's sex involved and there's all kinds of things involved in order to keep the money that we have loaned or you have earned. So a lot of Black people, a lot of Black celebrities, once they reach a certain point, they're not in a position really to say, okay, we're going to build this Black financial base, economic base for the Black people to benefit from, even though they've got millions. Their money isn't really their own. It's fine if they just want to look after their family. But God forbid if they want to come out of that zone and try to uplift or benefit the wider Black community. They'll be hauled back on that chain as fast as they were thrown out. Now, you know, you have quite a few Black celebrities who have either died mysteriously or, as what the media tell us, they have died off. And a lot of them, and I'm just talking about the rich millionaires or billionaires, or the ones who have been destroyed or whatever's happened to them. And there are a number of them. And people will just think, oh, well, they died, or if their family member has died, you just think, oh, well, you know, how unfortunate. Not really understanding that behind all of that wealth, the wealth is superficial, it's not real. It's like when I was living in America, I lived there for like, I think it was about 13 years. And the only way I could get a bank account was to have a credit, develop credit. And you needed a credit card, and you had to show that you was able to pay back over a period of time. So what happens in America, a lot of people, they live off of credit. Everything is hardly ever cash. People hardly ever own. They're not normally cash free. They might be asset rich, but a lot of them are cash poor. And what happens is that regardless of what house you own or what you have materially, you'll find if you check back, it's not really yours because you're indebted to someone. You have to pay it back. There is hardly any people, well, there are probably a few of them really, really rich people who are mortgage free, who are debt free. And there's the same like in the black celebrity world. A lot of them, they are not financially free, so they're not in a position. So it's fine for people like Umar Johnson and other people to say, oh yeah, you've got all these black people with money, why don't they come and help us out? That's not what the money was given to them for. The money was given to them for to create an image, to advertise a certain brand, to send a message, and that's it. If you decide to go off the rails, they haul you back as quick as they gave you the money. So it's not that easy. And then, of course, you have the corrupt leaders, corrupt big African leaders or whoever they are. They might not just be African, they might be all over the place. But you have people who are in a position of power, who have got money, who have got resources, who are selling out. So if you've got people who are rich, when I say rich, their country is rich, and then they're selling out to a white person for a price, it's just like, like when they used to say that they used to sell slavery for beads. It's no different. It is no different. So it's no point blaming white people for the position you're in. And when you get back into slavery saying, oh, it's because of this and it's because of that. It's because black people, sociologically, are as in sociology, they are meant to be myopic, which means they're very short-sighted. They think of the here and now, and white people are strategic. They plan ahead. So when a white person is saying to a black person, especially these leaders in Africa, look, I want to buy that land, or I'm going to do, or the Chinese say, we're going to dig a hole and we're going to give you 60 billion to do all of this. They're thinking years and years ahead of investment and what they're going to achieve at the end of it. The black person who says, oh great, I'm getting 60 billion, it doesn't really matter when I'm going to pay it back, is just thinking, oh yeah, I've got some cash I can play around with. They're not thinking about tomorrow. They're not thinking about the future. They're not thinking about the future heritage of their country. They're not thinking about their culture. They're not thinking about the people. So we have rich people out there. We have rich blacks like Michael Jordan. We have Tiger Woods. We have Serena Williams. We have Oprah Winfrey. We've got millionaires and billionaires. And, they'll give their little charities because they're allowed to donate a certain amount to a charity, but only so much. That money has to be reserved to be taken so that whoever gave it to them can get it back at some point. So you have to toe the line. You have to manage your money well. God forbid if you mismanage the money that they've given you millions and you've ended up broke. God forbid, you'll end up dead. So you're either forced in certain situations to behave in a certain way, to marry in a certain way, whatever it is, to keep that money safe. It's an investment. It's not yours. So for all these people who think that just because they have millionaires and billionaires out there, depending on how they acquired that money, determines what they can do with it. And I can assure you that the majority of those who got rich didn't get rich by themselves. They were given advances and they were given loans. And those who have got rich by themselves, which are probably a few, because of the black mindset, are they really going to invest in black people? you know, knowing what the mindset is, knowing that, you know, historically black people have been known to be myopic, not good investors, not good planners. Of course, there's always exceptions to the rule. But black people have always been a live for today type of person. And yes, you have few people that are outside that. But if that is the case, why would somebody step in and say, look, we're going to rescue you, if they know that by giving you 100, giving you $1 million or $1,000, you know, by tomorrow it's gone. And, you know, they might see you driving in a flash car, they might see you with new clothes, but you're not investing it in buildings, you're not investing it to double your investment. You know, in the Bible, you know, they were, you know, 3 men were given talents, the same amount of talents. I think one was given 1, 2, or 3. I can't remember how it went. But the one who didn't invest it was the one who was taken away. And the one who made back double, he was given all of it. And that is what it's about. It's not about having money and just squandering it. It's about thinking ahead, thinking strategically, and thinking how you can double what you have. Some people have gone into property, and property is the biggest money maker. But then even those people who have done that, the property market could crash. So it's knowing when to invest and when to withdraw. But it's not about crying and boo-hooing and saying, oh, look, we're in a mess. Oh, people are doing this. And why are black people like this? And why don't black people get together? It's got nothing to do with that. It's about the black mindset. And the black mindset needs to change. They need to think more strategically. They need to manage their money better. I'm no better. I might not squander to that degree, but sometimes I will go and buy an extra pair of shoes when I've already got 15 pairs of shoes. I will buy an extra coat when I've got 10 coats in my jacket, in my wardrobe. But for the most part, I do try to manage my money well, what little I have. I mean, it's not like I'm a millionaire or anything. I've just got a salary that I get. It's not like I'm getting paid from YouTube, pay outside money. I don't get that. So what little I have, I've got to make it serve me. But what I'm talking about is people who do have, you know, extra cash, who do have fluidity, who are solvent, and who can manage themselves well and their family. And who can think strategically and think, what am I going to do when everything goes tits up? Because believe you me, it's going to go tits up, and it's going to go tits up very soon. So don't look to other people to help you. Just look to yourself and see what you can do for yourself and your immediate family. Because if each person does that, that is enough. Pay back your loans so you're not indebted. See if you can pay off your mortgage. I know that some people, you take your mortgage and then you think, oh, well, I might as well remortgage because the repayments are smaller. It's a trap. And a lot of times I'm giving this information after the horse is bolted. Like Umar Johnson telling us to build up this political and economical reserve. The horse has already bolted. You know what I mean? But it's never too late to be conscious. It's never too late to learn. And it's never too late to do something with what you have. And that's all I've got to say for now. Bye-bye.